Hey, what's going on? Another video. Today I wanted to talk about specifically what you need to eat in order to optimize your health. Now I want to talk about my views on nutrition and my views on everything that I have as far as like what you should be consuming as a as a human being in order to optimize your health. Okay, now these wine bottles right here, if you can see them, those are just up there. I honestly don't really even drink, but they're just there kind of just for decoration and whatnot, but I really should be having some fruit up there or something, but I don't know why those are there, but don't mind those. All right, I do eat healthy, I do implement, and I'm not gonna lie, I do sometimes have a little bit of fun here and there, but I'm not an extremist. I really monitor my health as well. So those are just some things that I want to talk to you about today, but I wanted to talk about my views specifically on what you should be eating. Okay, now I think that we really should be as close as we can to the past paleo days. I'm really a fan of the paleo diet, and I really think that a lot of people should integrate more raw foods in their diet, but also integrate some meat. Okay, now we do need meat. If you think about every culture in the back in the days, they all traveled to follow their food. Okay, for instance, specifically the Indians, they traveled to fight to hunt the buffalo. That's the only reason why they traveled, because they were following the buffalo to consume buffalo. Okay, they weren't following the buffalo to eat grass, to eat a bunch of greens and things like that. I do think raw foods are amazing. Don't get me wrong. You do need to integrate some raw food in your diet, and you do need to integrate a lot of foods that are nutritionally dense. Okay, but I also know for a fact that you need to consume meat. It's just in our evolutionary needs. We need to consume meat. All right, now we don't need to consume a crap load of meat. Depending on how active you are, really depicts how much meat you have to consume. But at the same time, it's important to realize that that everything's relative. All right, now you got to look at past things that have gone through in history, and really realize that meat is a critical component of our society. Okay, now obviously the meat produced now is so far from how meat's supposed to be produced. Okay, now conventionally farmed meat is horrible for you. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But whole grain, or not whole grain, but free range, grass-fed beef is probably it's very beneficial as well. And so is chicken with the skin, and so is some other forms of meat that you can consume. I would avoid pork though. I'll make another video on that, but that's all I wanted to talk about today was my view specifically on nutrition. I do follow the raw food diet. You do need to eat raw foods, but I also implement some meat in my diet. Okay, now those things, both of those are necessary, and I think it takes a little equal balance of both. Now, if you want to have an easier lifestyle, it's probably easier to consume a little bit of meat, because if you're eating the raw food diet, I'm not knocking the raw food diet. I think it's great, but at the same time, it's pretty hard to really get all the nutrients and everything that you need into your body without having to avoiding a lot of things. Okay, so that's all I wanted to talk about today. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to rate, comment, and subscribe down below. The whole point I want to do is just really open people's eyes up to seeing specifically what they need to eat and why it's important that they monitor what they eat, how they feel, and what specific stress levels are going on in their head. Okay, so that's all I want to talk to you about today. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to rate, comment, and subscribe down below, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Okay, take care, bye.